and welcome back to my channel. So I haven't posted anything in a while and I am now 9 months postpartum. Birth and new motherhood really humbled me, but I hope to be able to get more videos out now. So I thought I would start with an update on my cloth diapering journey while I'm stuffing pocket diapers. So as you can see, we did end up sticking with cloth diapering. When you tell people that you're cloth diapering, a lot of people kind of say, oh yeah, you know, good luck with that. I've actually really enjoyed it. Just a few kinks you have to work out in the beginning, but I do think it's well worth it. So what we do is we cloth diaper part-time. So my baby is in cloth diapers all day, anytime he's home. If we're just going out for a short outing, like to the grocery store, I'll keep him in a cloth diaper. But if we're going out for longer, I'll usually do disposable, just because I find generally you don't have to change them as often. So if I'm going somewhere, I don't know what the change table situation is going to be like. I find disposables more convenient. And then overnight, we are still doing disposables. You can get overnight inserts for cloth diapers, but I just haven't been confident enough about the absorbency to last a whole night, but that may change. We'll see. So yes, we have actually saved money, and this is a good point in the journey to be doing an update because I did some calculations today. And right about at this point, the 9-month mark is when I'm pretty confident that we've broken even with our cloth diapering investment. So we had 5 newborn diapers that he's grown out of now. And then I've been using a stash of 22 of these full-size pocket diapers. And that's been enough. And then plus wet bags for storing dirty diapers, bamboo liners, and then extra inserts. So all things considered, I would estimate my investment to be about $400 for the cloth diaper set. And then a conservative estimate would be we save 5 disposables per day. So at 30 cents a diaper, roughly, in 9 months, we've now broken even. So, and that's being conservative. So everything from here on in is all savings. I should also say, some people argue, oh, but you're going to be paying more for electricity, for washing and water. I did look at our water bill. Hasn't gone up significantly since before we had a baby. Our electricity bill on average is about $20 to $30 more a month now, but a lot has changed. I think everything's just more expensive. Plus we have a baby and we're just generally doing a lot more laundry. So overall, I think it's been a lot of savings, especially if we have another child, then that's where the savings really kick in. Yeah, it is a little bit of work, but not as much as I thought. The biggest extra work would be the laundry, of course. So every time I wash a batch of cloth diapers, you've got to wash them twice. So they go in through the laundry once by themselves, but then the second cycle, I always put them in with something that can tolerate hot water cycle. So towels or a load of cleaning rags, or sometimes even a load of baby clothes. So if you have a baby, you're going to be doing a lot of laundry either way. So I do a wash cycle of cloth diapers probably every 2 to 3 days. So it actually isn't that much extra laundry. Then there's the folding, of course, which I don't really find is a big deal. It's honestly like kind of relaxing. It hasn't been a big problem. Probably the biggest work of it is that you have to change them a little bit more frequently, I find, than disposables. So with disposables, at my baby's age, I tend to change every 2 to 3 hours unless there's poop. Cloth, I'll do every 1 to 2 hours. So then there's the issue of poop. So that was one of the things that I was most concerned about with cloth diapering. It's not a big deal at all if your baby's exclusively breastfed, which mine was for the first 6 months. So an exclusively breastfed baby, their poop is water soluble, so you just throw those dirty diapers in with the rest of them, no big deal. It was once my baby started solids, which we started a little early. We started at 5 months. You can't just throw the diapers in the wash like that, but it hasn't been a big deal. I use the disposable bamboo liners, and then if there's poop, I just chuck that part of it and put the rest of the diaper in the wash. I find also often the poop happens when the baby is in a disposable because it's, first thing in the morning, right when they wake up. So hasn't been an issue. I haven't had to invest in one of those little sprayers or anything like that, but that's always an option. So we've already touched on one of the biggest pros, and that's cost savings. That's a big deal. I'm the type of person that I would rather spend the money up front and then not have to worry about things. So like I paid my car insurance all in one go once a year. I just like kind of getting things done and out of the way. So it's reassuring to me that I have these diapers now, so I won't be caught without diapers. Although our dryer did break at one point, so that can happen too. So that's a big pro. I do feel a lot better not creating so much waste. So during really stressful times or times where our baby wasn't sleeping very well, I switched to disposables 100% of the time just to get through that period. And we were throwing out like 2 full diaper genie bags every week filled with diapers, and I didn't really like that. So this feels much better, feels more aligned with my values. Then along that line, I guess sort of mentally, I feel like every time I use a disposable diaper, I feel like I'm wasting money or I'm losing money. And then every time I use like one of these reusable diapers, I don't think about it that way. So if it's like half an hour before bedtime at the end of the day, I don't think twice about changing his diaper because it's no big deal. They've already been bought. So that's nice for me. We haven't had a lot of issues with diaper rash at all, so that's been good. And the patterns and colors are really fun, so it just adds a little bit of fun at diaper change time. I've heard parents say that as their kids get a little bit older, it gives them something to chat about, like, oh, look, this diaper has, lemons and grapefruit on it. And, it's just something fun for the kids too. Cons would be extra laundry, of course, that's a con. As I mentioned, I find, need to change them a little bit more frequently, which hasn't been a big deal, especially since we're just kind of part-time cloth diaper people. But once your baby starts rolling and getting wiggly on the change table, it is a little annoying sometimes, the amount of time we spend changing diapers in a day. But honestly, it hasn't been a big deal at all. The cons I find are pretty minimal with cloth diapers. So one other con is I do sometimes get leaks, and that might be a user error. I don't think it's necessarily inherent to cloth diapering. But I do find that during our baby's longer nap of the day, now that he is able to roll himself over, he does like to sleep on his belly, and we do get some compression leaks if he's taking a particularly long nap. So that's just where they're kind of laying where the diaper absorbs most of the liquid. And then you can get some liquid that seeps out, but it's really not a frequent issue, and it's not a big deal because we're at home anyways when it happens. And so it just means I just change his sleeper or whatever he's wearing along with the diaper, and we get on with our day. But that's something that I could troubleshoot with finding the right absorbency. And that's the nice thing about cloth diapers, is they're very customizable. So you can get different inserts made of different materials and different sizes to add more absorption. It just hasn't been a big enough deal that I've really tried to change anything about it. I would say, I'd say go for it, but also go easy on yourself. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. You can do like us, you know, cloth diaper most of the day and then disposable overnight, for example. Every little bit makes a difference, but also just try it out. So even if you just buy a set of, like say 5 cloth diapers, just to try in the beginning, see how you like it. You don't have to invest like hundreds of dollars up front if you don't want to. The other thing is there's a lot of support online for cloth diapering. So I found the cloth diapering subreddit to be super helpful. There's a lot of people on there that can help you troubleshoot your wash routine, troubleshoot your fit if you're getting leaks, and just kind of, you know, just support each other. Well, I thought you'd never ask. All right, so big deal with cloth diapering is your washing routine. And there's all kinds of information online. You can look at your diaper manufacturer's website for more advice. And then there's also a great site called, I think, Fluff University that has pointers and tips, where you can check out the subreddit that I mentioned on cloth diapering. So here's what I do, and it's working for me. And that's the biggest thing, is if you have a wash routine that's working for you, perfect, no problem. This diaper's clean, but say you have a dirty cloth diaper or wet cloth diaper. So I have a diaper pail liner that's hanging in our nursery, and it is really better to let your diapers breathe. I wouldn't just stick them into like an airtight pail. They're gonna get really gross really fast. So put them in here. Like I said, every 2 to 3 days I do a wash. So I come downstairs. The nice thing about La Petite Ours pocket diapers is you don't have to unstuff them. They're open on both ends. So all you do is you toss your dirty diapers and your wet bag right into the laundry. So you always want to wash your cloth diapers twice. So my first cycle is the cloth diapers all on their own. And I do a cold wash and rinse, which is, I believe, what the manufacturer recommended. And it also keeps your stains from setting in. My preferred detergent, this is not sponsored, is the Tide Free and Gentle. So that's what I use on my first cycle and my second cycle. So first cycle goes through. Second cycle, I do put in other stuff with the diapers, and that's, for me, my little hack to reduce my work, and I haven't had any issues. So usually I'll throw them in with, like I said, towels or something that you can wash on a hotter cycle. My second cycle is typically on warm, but I will sometimes do a hot cycle. If I feel like I need a little boost, I might throw in some borax with it. These particular diapers, they do recommend putting them in the dryer so that they kind of get their elasticity back. In the summertime though, I do sometimes hang my inserts out to dry. That's my routine.